Alright, there we go. We're rolling. This is take 2, actually. I just had a kid come in that heard me talking, and he thought he needed to know what was going on, so I put him back to bed. Hello, VC. My name is Mark Reeder. You've probably seen me around, not too heavy, but just hanging out in the VC every once in a while. I'd like to thank everybody for being so cool in the VC, letting me share in a pretty cool experience with everybody. It's been really great so far. I've met a lot of cool people, interacted with a lot of cool people. There's a lot of cool people I probably haven't interacted with yet, but hopefully that'll happen soon. Just like to do a quick video. Well, quick. We'll see how well that goes. First off, I live in a small town of about 7,000 people in the middle of a cornfield called Robinson, Illinois. We're in the southern part of Illinois, about 5 hours south of Chicago and about 3 hours east of St. Louis. The Heath candy bar was invented in our town back in 19 something or other. It's kind of our claim to fame. Pretty industrious town. We have a Marathon refinery that I actually live like 5 blocks away from, so that's pretty exciting. We have a Hershey candy factory. That's pretty fun. Sometimes the town smells like chocolate, which is kind of cool, except it makes you want to eat a lot of chocolate, which I obviously do. We also have a prison, a minimum security state prison, which is pretty cool. Late last summer, we had an inmate escape from the prison. That was pretty awesome. Anyway, I just want to start off by saying thanks to taking me in. Really cool people in the VC. And what I'm going to talk about today is the illustrious, the infamous bonus bag that I got from my boss from work. Here it is. I saved it. Momentous occasion. It's probably backwards because I'm doing this on a flip on my front camera on my phone. Anyway, the story behind that is my boss was taking a trip up to Chicago to do some art stuff. His wife's an artist, so she was doing some showings up there. And he told me to give him a list of records, and that he would go up and try to get these records for me, anything that I wanted. So, I was like, well, yeah, that sounds great and all, but I'm not going to get my hopes up because he's probably not going to get them for me. But what I ended up doing is basically forcing him to get them for me. I went online to Reckless Records online and checked out the stores that were going to be closest to his hotel, which those stores were the one on Milwaukee and the one on Broadway. So I went on there and I picked out 3 records. I had a list of, I had a want list. And this first record, I'm going to show you, it's not really on a want list, but I've always wanted to get more of this guy on vinyl. And it's Frank Sinatra. I just told him to grab it for me. Just pick a Sinatra record and buy it. He grabbed this one. It's in mono. It's got some really good stuff on it, and it sounds really sweet in mono. I would like to pick up some more Sinatra in mono because it's got a better sound to it. Nice gatefold. The jacket's in some rough shape. It definitely has some rodent moisture involved, but the vinyl's really clean. Sounds really great. So I'm really happy to have that in my very small collection. Second up was this bad boy, Havar Paim. I'm assuming that's probably pronounced completely incorrectly, but this is Sigaros, which are one of my top 5 favorite bands, which I know it's not, the big guns from Sigaros, but I looked up Sigaros on Reckless and I saw this, and they had a lot of the newer ones available, but I really wanted to get this one because The studio tracks sound great on vinyl. Don't get me wrong, but man, this live record, the second disc, that Vaughn on there is just killer. It's unbelievable how awesome it sounds on vinyl. So I was really glad to have that, because it's just, when you play acoustic songs live and you get them on wax, it really there's like an openness to it that just sounds really, really, really good. And it's, it's Sigaros, so it can't really be all that bad. I really enjoyed listening to that one so far. Next up is another one of my top 5 favorites. Band that I first got turned on to back in 2005, 2006, I think it was. A band called Owen. Anyone from Chicago knows about the Kinsellas, Captain Jazz, American football, all that stuff. Well, this is At Home with Owen. It's kind of like, it displays Mike coming of age a lot, which I really get along with this record a lot, because this is about, he put this out a few years ago, back when I was starting to settle down and learn a lot of things about myself. This one has some really good stuff on it. I mean, it's really a solid record. Sounds really great on vinyl, 180 gram. But yeah, my first experience with Owen, I had that was my kid running around. If you heard those thumps, that was him thinking he was about to get busted. So I'm trying to do this as incognito as possible and as low key, but it's not working out for me. First experience with Owen, a friend of mine had given me a CD, a whole bunch of CDs of a whole bunch of different stuff on him, and Owen was one of them, and I was listening to him. I had a friend of mine that was leaving town, and she was going to be, I wasn't going to see her for a while, and I listened to his first album, and it really hit home with me. So anyway, definitely, if you've never heard of Owen, I highly recommend him. Next up is this. Tim is probably watching. Well, if Tim watches the video, he'll see this. And this is live on WPRB by Lewis and Clark. They're a new thing I'm really into. Comes with a little wedding invitation looking thing. Nice raised lettering and everything. Kind of like it's really cool. The cover it's not even a full cover. It actually is only like a half cover. But it's all raised lettering. All the different strokes in the artwork is raised. Really cool. And this is the first piece of colored vinyl I've ever had. It's supposed to be white, but I'm wondering if the person that owned this before me, on the screen it's probably going to look white, but the sleeve is white and the record is more like a cream color, which I'm pretty sure it's, it looks and sounds really good. These guys I just started listening to. I own this on vinyl and download. And they have an album called Laughs of Holy Birth that is just really an extraordinary album. I'd love to see him re-release it on vinyl, but the way he has the track split up on it, I think it's going to make it a bit difficult. But if they ever do, I will be sure to get it, because it is just a phenomenal, phenomenal record. I can't even describe how much that record moves me. And if you guys are into it, I'd definitely check it out. It's Lewis and Clark, like Lewis and Clark, but with an E on the end. Next up was one of my. This was on my list. This is a standard 180 gram standard edition King of Limbs by Radiohead. Nice printed sleeve. I like it. It's really cool to look at every once in a while. We were about a month away from having our second child, and we had just moved back home when this one came out. I downloaded it. I talked to a friend of mine at Walmart that night, or the day after this released, and he said, "Well, did you get the new Radiohead?" And I said, "No, I didn't. I didn't even realize they had something coming out." And he said, "Yeah." So I went home and begged and pleaded with my wife to let me download it, and I did. And that first night I downloaded like 9 o'clock, and I think I finally went to bed about 3. I probably listened to it about 4 or 5 times on headphones. I was working on a writing project, and it was really, I really like the way it, especially Bloom, really grows organically. And just their breakdown and build sections just on that record are just unreal. I really can't get enough of them, and it sounds phenomenal on wax. Last gift from the bonus bag is the infamous OK Computer. It's the reissue, 180 gram gatefold with the little jackets on it, little printed sleeves that I'm not using. I don't want to wreck them. I mean, everybody knows about this album. I mean, it's critically one of the best received albums ever. But you know, I still have a few more Radiohead to get, and Rainbows is one of them, which I'm hoping to be having in my hands very, very soon. Hopefully within the next week or 2, if I play my cards right and can sneak out of the house to buy it. Anyway, that's about it. Hopefully you found some sort of enjoyment out of this video. If not, maybe the next one will be better, because who knows when that'll be. I probably will try to do this at least semi-regularly, but we'll see how that goes. But other than that, real quick, thanks again for watching. Thanks to Brett for letting me join the VC. Thanks to Michael Ratcliffe for inviting me in. Big thanks to Hussa the Hustler for being my Facebook messaging buddy over these past couple weeks, which hopefully he is watching and not laughing at this. Thanks to my Zappa buddy Mark Williams, Steve Darr, what's going on? I talked fish with Steve a while back. Parker, how's it going? I'm hoping to listen to your songs soon that you let me have access to, maybe today, because I'll have a little time, get some music going on the phone. I have an appointment. Let's see, I'm probably missing somebody, but Derek, thanks again. Derek, your videos are very inspirational, and it really brings a lot of happiness to me to watch you just kind of do your thing and just be real natural and laid back and very humble fellow. You inspire a lot of people in the VC, and I think you're probably one of the most stand-up guys I've never met in my entire life. But you all seem cool. Like I said, thank you again. Have a good day.